On Atlanta News First Plus, I'm Joy Limnacker, and taking a look at some of the top stories that we're following right now. A tree actually is blamed for the death of a man after falling on a car. And officials have now identified the man who was killed in Cherokee County last night after this large tree limb fell on his car. 27-year-old Levi Benjamin Wilson from Woodstock is the victim here. Wilson was apparently driving on Vaughn Road in Canton when this incident happened. Nobody else was inside the car, according to the sheriff's office. And this death happened as strong storms swept through the metro and the state at large, knocking out trees and power lines. As of just this morning, there were more than 15,000 people without power as a result of all that. Also, a huge mess left behind. Atlanta News First Asia Wilson has been with the First Alert Breaking News Tracker in Decatur, where a tree also fell on one family's home on Shadowbrook Place.
See part of the roof out there.
From the outside
all brick
to the inside, Gregory Johnson's home in ruins after a severe storm uprooted this massive tree and crushed down on a portion of his bedroom Tuesday night.
Didn't realize it until I walked in there and you could see an unintended skylight in my room.
No one was at home at the time. Johnson left just 20 minutes earlier.
It was like 3 feet from where I lay at. My kids normally would be here, but they were with their mom and a grandma, so I'm kind of grateful that they wasn't here.
His bedroom now covered with scattered debris, chunks of insulation, and bricks.
Had I been here, I would have been scared. Most definitely been scared.
The tree now resting on his 3 cars parked in the driveway. All are damaged. In Cherokee County, officials say storms caused a tree limb to fall on a car, killing 27-year-old Levi Benjamin Wilson of Woodstock. The sheriff says the man was driving along Vaughn Road when the limb came down.
I'm trying to get home to get out of the weather and a tree falls. It's a tragedy. It's hard to plan for something like that.
Back in DeKalb, Gregory Johnson has to figure out what's next. He's grateful for life, but also feeling for others.
I am send my condolences to them and just realize how blessed I am that I'm still here and that, God gave me another chance. So I'm sorry for that family who lost their loved one.
Thanks so much to Asia for that report. Okay, let's talk about Vice President Harris, said to be close to naming a running mate. Both she and former President Donald Trump rallying in battleground states, rallying for votes, including Pennsylvania, and of course right here in Georgia as well. Natalie Brand is at the White House covering both campaigns.
Hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion revved up the crowd for Vice President Kamala Harris at a rally in Georgia Tuesday night that drew 10,000.
A younger person finally at the table, bringing energy, bringing excitement, bringing joy back into politics makes a huge difference.
Next week, Harris plans to be back in the battleground state with her new running mate, a name expected to be announced by Monday. Their first rally together is scheduled in Pennsylvania.
The Vice President has a very deeply personal decision to make right now. I trust she will make that decision on her own terms when she is ready.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is on the short list, along with Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
This is a big crowd.
Pennsylvania is a top prize for both campaigns, and former President Donald Trump will be back there tonight for the first time since the assassination attempt earlier this month. But first, he addresses black journalists in Chicago as part of an appeal to black voters.
Black people are losing jobs. They were doing so much better under Trump. People are coming in and undercutting them and taking their jobs.
Trump's running mate, Senator JD Vance, campaigning in Nevada Tuesday, focused his attacks on immigration policy.
Kamala Harris's vision is open American borders and closed American factories.
Vance will rally in Arizona tonight before touring the southern border Thursday. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And Vice President Harris certainly fired up Georgia voters. However, Republicans say she still has a lot to prove to win the Peach State. Atlanta News First anchor Tori Cooper has been in Summerhill neighborhood outside the Georgia State Convocation Center, hearing from both sides.
is a fight for the future and for freedom. And I don't have to tell folks in Atlanta that generations of Americans before us led the fight for freedom. And now, the baton is in our hands.
Kamala Harris told Georgia it's time to fight for progress and leave the past in the past. Thousands of Harris supporters showing up in droves to the Georgia State Convocation Center to answer her call for support and push her message forward.
We're not going to go back to where women had fewer rights than we do now. Our mothers, our grandmothers fought for those rights,
including local Democratic politicians like Fulton County Board of Commissioner Chairman Rob Pitts.
It has excited the Democratic Party, and it's also eliminated the issue of age and mental and physical competency.
But local Republicans, like former Georgia U.S. Senator Kelly Loeffler, says no matter how many trips Kamala Harris makes to our state, it won't change her reputation.
Kamala Harris is going to have to reinvent herself.
And she believes Georgians won't be behind her at the polls.
Her record is radical. She's a California liberal that will bring California policies across this country and make America California. That's not what Georgians want.
And you know what? Back to school time. It's that time of year once again. Sorry, let me change the graphic here for you. But tomorrow is the first day of class for several big school districts in Metro Atlanta, including Cobb, Clayton, Cherokee, and Forsyth counties, along with Atlanta Public Schools, just to name a few. Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm takes us to one school where families are getting a special treat.
Two exciting things are happening here at FL Stanton Elementary. They're back in their building after a year of renovations and a surprise for families.
They got crayons, 2 glue sticks, some scissors.
Fourth grade student Peyton Reed showed us her brand new school supplies and the new backpack that'll carry them all. She and her siblings just got all of this for free thanks to Walmart and its local team members.
I was very excited. I was not expecting this.
Walmart is giving away 200 backpacks full of supplies to Frank L. Stanton families.
There are prideful people who just, need these things and won't ask. And so we rather proactively give. And you can see it all over their faces that they're grateful.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens stopped by to thank everyone involved.
And for a parent, that means a lot because school supplies are expensive and going out there buying them. If you have multiple kids, that can cost you hundreds of dollars. The kids are happy, the parents are very happy because it's saving money and it saves time for them. They don't have to go look for these supplies. They're already right here.
And it keeps teachers from having to dig into their own pockets for students whose families can't afford supplies.
To be able to see our partners in education come out and support us and our students and our families, it just warms our heart and lets us know that we're all in this together.
Well, this was a blessing for my family. This is really, really nice.
They'll be ready on day one, which is tomorrow. In Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.